It's everywhere, and there's no shortage. So how is it possible that over half of the population of North America is living paycheck to paycheck and almost 80% of new businesses fail, and of those that survive, a large percentage, a very large percentage, are not profitable, nor on their current trajectory are they ever going to be profitable. Not just even close to being out of the red month over month. You're listening to the Unshackle Your Life podcast with Debbie Colburn, where breakthroughs happen, getting rid of all the hidden things that hold us back, things that scare us and challenge us, and things that we're just plain fed up with. We talk all things money and business, big and small. We dive deep. We get real and raw at discovering and exploring what is really possible for you and what's holding you back. If you've ever thought it's not enough when you looked at your bank account or your credit card balance, maybe you're sick and tired of the endless struggle of just getting by, and you know you're missing out on opportunities that keep screaming out to you. It's a never-ending cycle of crisis to crisis, either in your personal life or your business or your relationships or all of them. Then this is exactly where you need to be. We'll bring you a whole new way to look at those challenges, share ideas, tips, and tactics, and get you connected to the resources that will unlock those golden handcuffs and release your unique abilities. No matter what's going on in your life, right now, maybe you're in survival mode, living day to day, paycheck to paycheck, or maybe things are good and you know they could be better. Maybe you're in a job or a career or running a business that is leaving you empty, depleted, uninspired, or anything in between. I've got your back. Ready? Buckle up, take a deep breath, and join me in a conversation about breaking through to the next level. Welcome to episode 104. There is one thing that above all else can halve your personal journey and your business profits more than anything else in the world. Want to guess? No, it's not lack of cash, no matter what you read or hear. Not lack of capital. No, not doing everything yourself. That's honestly a rite of passage and a must at the beginning for any new company. No, it's not your niche or your messaging or the people in your circle, although those all have an effect. It's the words that come out of your mouth, the phrases you use, and it's the words and phrases that you are saying in your head. Vicious, damaging, uninspiring, non-progressive, limiting, negative words. Okay, now, before you say anything like, "But Debbie, I'm always trying to be positive," it's important that you hear this. As a Sagittarius, I am the eternal optimist, yet I am not positive 100% of the time, nor should you be. Toxic positivity is sadly an unfortunate byproduct of the self-help and personal development industry, and trying to be positive 100% of the time is, well, unhealthy and yes, toxic. It's okay to be angry and upset and worried. Be mad, concerned. Those are good emotions, even though they sit on the lower half of the emotional scale. As I said to one of the tenants here in our new condo building, after almost 3.5 months of no elevators and trudging up 4 flights of stairs 5 and 6 times a day, sometimes with 20 pounds or more of groceries in your arms. If you are positive 85% or more of the time, ballpark, you are winning at the game of life. Even if right now it feels like you are barely scraping past that 51% mark, keep focused on those 1% better improvements. And of business, hell, if you're in business, you are in the business of solving problems. And it's not all sparkly, happy face hearts and celebrate emojis every day, is it? Someone invariably is going to mess up your Zoom call or cut you off in traffic, or your internet's going to go down, or there's going to be construction outside, or postpone the appointment you waited months for, put the wrong link on your social post or your landing page. But what does all that have to do with a profitable business or a rich life? Every friggin' thing. The words you choose, the sentences that flow from your mouth, the thoughts you think in your head that only you can hear reveal exactly the direction of your life. What you think about money, what you feel about making it, saving it, spending it, and yes, investing or gifting it. In the lifetime of someone over 50, even how money is valued has changed. When the value of money was no longer tied to a bar of gold, money can literally be created through the pressing of a key on a laptop keyboard or an app. It's everywhere, and there's no shortage. So how is it possible that over half of the population of North America is living paycheck to paycheck, and almost 80% of new businesses fail? And of those that survive, a large percentage, a very large percentage, are not profitable, nor on their current trajectory are they ever going to be profitable. Not just even close to being out of the red month over month. Our relationship with money, that's it. One simple thing. Just like a great friend or a new car you bought or an amazing vacation, we all want to talk and share about the great things that are happening to us in our life. And money is rarely ever there in the conversation. If it is, it's a bitch fest. Woe is me. Looking at and changing our words is fundamental to changing how we see money. And that elusive profit, those savings and investment balances, are created through great relationships with money, through our words. When I was in my late 20s, one of the partners at Deloitte & Touche, where I handled a lot of his private clients, called me into his office and asked me a question. My response was, I think, to which he replied, Debbie, do you think or do you know? 40 years later, I still recall that. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. It made such an impact on my choice of words. See, I hadn't recognized the difference between thinking and knowing. And today I see it clearly as committing to something instead of waffling. When you are clear in stating that you are confident in your answer, it creates confidence in you and in the receiver. Later in my 40s, I encountered another conversation that has stuck with me since, but that at the time, and it went totally over my head. Having completed an entire suit myself, a 3-piece suit, sewing, yes, that's the antiquated skill of actually getting the sewing machine out and cutting patterns and sewing them up and fitting them, and wearing it that first day in the office. The director of recruitment stopped me in the hall and complimented me on it. To which I responded, "Thank you. It's pretty easy, and it didn't take me that long, blah, 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 blah." And like the partner, she stopped me and said, "Debbie, you need to just learn to just say thank you and stop talking." Huh? Well, it took me 15 years to figure out what was under what she had said, and it was one of the missing keys in my money journey. Can you guess what it was? I wasn't open to receiving. I was blocking it, blocking my money, just exactly in the same way that I was running NFL quality interference with her compliment. Just say thank you and stop talking. Imagine you're out at a dinner with a few friends and the bill comes, and one of them reaches over and picks it up and says, "I'll get that." And some of the others almost instantaneously say, no, let's split it. No, you can't do that. What do? Just say thank you and stop talking. Allow them the joy to pay for your meals and allow yourself the space to receive the value and enjoyment. But you just don't want to let yourself flip to the person who always expects others to pick up the tab, because that's a whole other money block and links directly into the world of the scarcity mindset. Wow. Probably one of the most toxic words people use when they are in that desperate space in scarcity mode is need. I need a job. I need more time. I need more help. Do you really need it? Or is want a better word choice? When you choose words that reek of desperation, that is the vibe, the emotional vibe you live in. It's what you attract, or don't. It's why every day people live like it seems like there is always some new unexpected expense coming at them. Living, but not really living, waiting for the other shoe to drop, as the old saying goes. Expecting the unexpected and calling it to you. The car breaks down, the vet's bill for the dog, the call from one of your kids, the tax bill you didn't plan for, the speeding ticket. Just look at this phrase. The best things in life are free. Really? Not in my world. Just think for a minute. Sit and think there. Where in your life have you paid for something that you would consider a best thing? One of the best experiences of my life was climbing to Advanced Base Camp on Mount Kanchenjunga in Nepal, the third highest mountain in the world. And I can tell you, it definitely wasn't free. I had a week's vacation that I paid for both my children and 3 of my 4 grandchildren at Walt Disney World in Florida. And it was unbelievably one of the best things that we have ever done. And it wasn't free either. Evidence that proves the statement is not true 100% of the time. And yes, there are lots of bests that are free. Moments where the time stands still. My dad and I drove to Georgia from Ontario, Canada one spring, a 21-hour drive over 3 days. And at every hotel we stopped at, the first thing he did was go into the lobby or the dining room to get a free coffee. And by the time we arrived at my house, he had a map for every state, and there's a lot of them coming down the East Coast that we didn't need, that he'd picked up at rest stops, because they were free. At one hotel, they didn't have the free coffee that was advertised as part of the room, and he got upset. The best thing on that trip was free. And that was the time with my dad. Not the coffees, not the maps. Context. It's so easy to read and hear quotes and phrases and apply them without context, without having a full understanding, giving a total unexpected result. Money doesn't grow on trees. Hell, it really used to. And in some cases, it's still technically true. Paper comes from trees. It just doesn't anymore in Canada. Cash is king. Hello, pandemic. Cash is now barely a lowly foot soldier. Bang for your buck. Hello, Costco, where your money now sits in hundreds of rolls of toilet paper and paper towels that will take you a year to use, and that big box of pre-made burgers that you only really were looking for 3? Break the bank. Yep, classic scarcity. There is only so much, and it has to go around. So who gets the leftovers and who goes without? Cash cow, golden goose. Look up there. See? Break the bank. Same thing. Costs an arm and a leg. What do I need to give up? But why does it have to be either or? Why can't it be both? We can't afford that. Parents, really? This is how scarcity mindset goes viral through generations. I don't know how we're going to get through this month. It's just a waste of money. Waste not, want not. Listen to this sentence from very successful writer Neil Gabler, author of Walt Disney, The Triumph of the American Imagination, and Barbara Streisand, Redefining Beauty, Femininity, and Power. I chose to become a writer, which is a financially perilous profession, rather than do something more lucrative. There are no right things. I thought I'd done most of the right things. Some pretty strong words from an expert in words that reflect his self-admitted scarcity mindset. Keeping up with the Joneses, living beyond your means. The brain doesn't work around money naturally or in an obvious logical fashion, and don't let anyone tell you it does. And the middle class in North America in particular are carrying around this secret shame around their financial reality. Recent research has repeatedly indicated that when people get some money, a bonus, a tax refund, a small inheritance, a raise, they are in fact more likely to spend it all than to save it. Just look at lottery winners, even the small ones, the 10, the 20, the $50,000 ones, even the littler ones. The mega winners just show up because of the scale, the absurdity that people think it is. It's simple human nature. It's Parkinson's law. Humans will use all their resources every single time, and money is a resource. In a study by Lusardi, Tufano, and Schindler, they found nearly 1/4 of households making $100,000 to $150,000 a year claim not to be able to raise $2,000 in a month. Yep, that was me. And I'm ashamed to admit the number of times I ran back to my parents for a bailout. So words and phrases matter. Big time. Consider this. What if you can set your means and live right to your exact means and have an amazing life? It's possible. Start with your words. And as you do, there are 2 systems that I use in my personal life and in my business that would never have worked if I hadn't worked through everything that we've talked about in the past 5 episodes. Self-sabotages, thinking loops, habits and behaviors, words. Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and Mike Michalowicz's Profit First. Those 2 systems. The first one I use in my personal, the second one I use in my business. And I simply worked from the books. And you can do the same, and I've put the links to them in the show notes. There's a lot here, And my wish is that you take something away today that will encourage you to take that next step, to start doing some learning, taking the next step, start building a bias for action into your daily life. You already know that your thinking is what drives everything. So we've got the new 90-day affirmation email sequence sent to you every single day for 90 days, right into your inbox at the same time every single day, so that you can unlock each day with intention. It's free, so just pop on over to debbiecolburn.com/unlock the day. So we're here. We're at the end. Time for that question I ask everyone at the end of each episode. What is the very best thing that could happen if you unlock just one of your shackles today? Hey, if this podcast got you thinking you're ready to improve your money or business situation, or both, please make sure you're subscribed and share it with everyone you think needs to hear this. The link is in the show notes, and drop a review in wherever you're listening. Make sure to check out the all-new Breakthrough Navigator, the Money and the Money in Business editions, where you can work directly with me to transform that money situation in your bank accounts that is keeping you up at night. It's super easy. Just head to our website at debbiecolburn.com/links. And while you're there, sign up to grab your very own free personal daily intention setter in your inbox every single day for 90 days. Absolutely free. I actually get them sent to myself. They are so friggin' amazing. Simple tools to transform both your personal life and your business.